May is absolutely stacked. For that reason, I'm not going to waste any guys' time. We got to jump right into this because there's so many drops happening, and I'm not just talking about the planned drops. I'm talking about shock drops too. And as always, you know where the early info for all those kinds of drops is going to be posted. Links in the description to join. Let's get started. The Ja 2 Jawbreaker is going to be dropping on May 1st. These are just going to be personals. Next up, the Ja 2 Scratch, also dropping May 1st for $140. These are also going to be personals. I'm going to try to run through a lot of these guys because there's just so much dropping in May. We also got the KD 18 Soft Pearl dropping, also personals only for $150. And then, oddly, we're getting the return again of the Nike Air Max 2 CB94 Pure Purple. These are going to be dropping on May 1st as well for $170. And with these, you actually can make a little bit of brick profit if you have no tax, specifically on just the large sizes. Brick profit is really just a couple of dollars profit, even less so than lunch money, so not really anything great. But if you're a brick seller, you can make a couple dollars. And also on May 1st for $170, we're gonna be seeing the other colorway, the Air Max 2 CB94 Suns. These though are just gonna be personals. Also on May 1st for $180, we got the Air Max 95 Pink Foam Women's dropping. Same deal with these as those prior Air Max 2s I just discussed. You might be able to make a little bit of brick profit off size 11.5 and above. So it's not really gonna be anything notable, but you might be able to make a couple dollars profit if you have no tax in your state on those very big sizes. Nothing notable though. And as you guys could see, I am on vacation currently. I don't take vacations, as you guys know. You know, I'm always making sure I keep you guys updated, so make sure you subscribe and drop a like if you appreciate that. I travel a lot, but I never take vacations. I love what I do. I love helping you guys out. But anyway, then also on May 1st, yeah, May 1st is just stacked with a bunch of bricks. We got the LeBron 22 Dunk Man dropping for $180. Also personals only when it comes to these. Next up, actually a good May 1st drop. We got the Kobe 9 Mambacita dropping for $180. These are definitely gonna be profitable with a decent to good margin, larger size being the best. Prices are really high currently. I am expecting them to drop quite a bit. I probably won't have time to make a full seller hold video for these, but yeah, this is a good drop. You definitely should go for these, and they're really nice personals too. Also on May 1st, a very interesting one. We have a Justin Timberlake collab, but on an unexpected shoe, which is the Nike Victory Tour 4 Coffee. Personally, I didn't even know he was known for golfing at all. But anyway, what makes these even more interesting is the fact that they're a whopping $500. I don't know what warrants that $500 retail, but there actually is some demand on these, believe it or not. And with that said, you might be able to make a little bit of profit if you have no tax and you go for some of those bigger sizes, because currently there are some decent bids on these. Like, you might actually be able to make money off these despite the retail being so high. I think most of them are gonna end up being unprofitable, but I'm just saying, like, there is an opportunity to make some profit here. And if they end up bricking, you could cancel for free on Nike, you could return for free, so there's absolutely no risk. If you don't mind being out of the $500 capital for a short period of time, you have money to spend, you might want to consider going for these even if they're going to end up bricking, just because there's that chance. And finally, for May 1st, we got the Jordan 5 Grade School Peanut Butter Jelly dropping for $150. These are also going to be personals only. All right, we can finally move on to May 2nd. May 2nd, we got the Nike Book 1 1995 All-Star dropping for $150. This is another one where the big sizes currently actually have somewhat demand, so you might be able to make a couple dollars brick profit on these if you have no tax. So really not an appealing colorway, but somehow there is demand on them. Overall, you know, not expecting much on these, but just had to put it out there that you might be able to make a couple dollars profit if you're a brick seller. Then we got the KD 18 EYBL for $160, also on May 2nd. These are just gonna be personals. And then on May 3rd, we got the Jordan 4 Forget Me Not in women's sizes. In my opinion, this is a really nice colorway, but it seems like the market doesn't really agree with that, at least in proportion to how much stock there is, because these are complete bricks already, just personals, but they are very nice shoes in my opinion. Even though they're meant for women's, you could just take off that flower, you know, wear them still. I think they make pretty nice personals. More importantly, on May 3rd though, we have this CSEF Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration finally dropping. They're dropping for $135, and I would expect these to be profitable with a decent to good margin, especially on the larger sizes. With that higher retail on the smaller sizes, and if you have tax, you might not be able to profit, but if you do have tax, just stick to those larger sizes and you should be okay. Next Next up, we have sort of an odd one. We have the Nike A1 Pink Aura in women's sizes dropping for $110, very low retail, and there's actually really good demand on these, so I am expecting these to be profitable with a decent margin. We'll see how they hold up as we get closer to May 6th, but as of now, it's looking like a good opportunity for some easy money, and Nike again does have free returns. There's absolutely no risk. Next up, on May 7th, after several delays, I don't know if they're ever gonna drop, might as well just wait till next Black History Month, but we got the next SB Dunk Low BHM finally dropping on May 7th. We'll see if they actually end up dropping. It feels like a Ye album at this point, but they're dropping for $135, and they actually went up quite a lot in the pre-sale market. Initially, it looked like they weren't gonna do so well, but now it looks like there is quite a lot of demand for them, and I'm not surprised. It's a really well-executed sneaker, a lot of nice details and different materials on them. Definitely one of the nicer BHM sneakers we've seen. I am expecting these to be profitable with a decent to good margin despite the retail of $135, although I would suggest focusing on the larger sizes if you do have tax. Also on May 7th, for $170, we got the Air DT Max 96 Love Letter to Connie dropping. These are just gonna be personals. Then on May 8th, for $110, we got the Nike SP P-Rod 1 OG dropping. I'm also expecting these to just be personals. Then on May 9th, for $180, we got the Nike LeBron 21 Prime 93. These are also gonna be personals only. And then we got another odd one, but not for a good reason. The Jordan 1 UNC Reimagined somehow is a complete brick already in the pre-sale market after we already saw exclusive access go out for these. These are already bricks. Even before that exclusive access, they were bricks in the secondary market, which is crazy to me because this is an absolutely beautiful colorway. They didn't do anything stupid with the reimagined aspect, but I guess there's just too much stock on them in proportion to how much demand there is. The UNC colorway was really hot for so long, so I honestly couldn't tell you what's going on with these, but it looks like now these are just going to be personals unless you do have local buyers, people willing to buy these off platforms from you, and you do have no tax on top of that. In that case, you can make a couple dollars, and they should be easy flips locally because, in my opinion, there's a lot of demand for these from people, at least, who don't shop on StockX and Go. It's one of those. But aside from that, it's looking like these are just gonna make some fire personals. I know I gotta get a pair. These are gonna be great on feet. They're dropping May 10th for $180. Next up on May 13th, we got the Air Max TL 2.5 for $180. These are also gonna be personals only. Then on May 15th, we got the KD 18 Air Bacon dropping for $150. These are also gonna be personals only. And then also on May 15th for $150, we got another KD 18, this time the Air Bacon. These are also going to be personals only. I actually forgot to mention, so go back one day to May 14th, we got another Ama Maniere collaboration. This time it's going to be the Ama Maniere Jordan 5 Violet Ore. Unfortunately, Ama Maniere collabs don't carry the kind of hype and demand that they used to. We've seen plenty of them brick, and I don't think this one is going to be an exception. I think these are probably just going to end up being personals, unfortunately, but if you do want a personal, especially a big size if you need, don't sleep because they should definitely sell out, even if it takes a little while. But unfortunately, I'm not expecting them to be profitable. Most importantly, for the 15th, a really big deal, we have a Jordan 3 dropping. Not just any Jordan 3 though. This is gonna be the Jordan 3 Soul 2.0, dropping for $200 apparently. I suspect that's incorrect info. I suspect they're probably gonna be more like $215 or $225. We'll see though. I am expecting these to be profitable with a good margin. The shoe is actually a pretty big deal, and when they resurfaced again recently, they were only dropped regionally. Now we're finally getting a global drop for these, and it's a really nice Jordan 3. I'm a big fan of it. You got that awesome logo on the tongue. Very different from most Jordan 3 colorways. So I am expecting these to be profitable with a decent to good margin. Nothing too crazy, but should be some easy money nonetheless, and I need a personal. I think you guys agree. Then on the 17th, we got the Jordan 12 Mellow dropping. I was about to say immediately these are just going to be bricks, just going to be personals, but the pattern we've been seeing with Jordan Brand where they've been slashing a lot of stock on these general releases, I could see that affecting these in a positive way, where with this kind of colorway, we might be able to see some brick profit to lunch money on big sizes, especially if you have no tax. So Not 100% now, but keep your eyes open as we edge closer to that date. Then on May 21st for $240, we got the Kobe 9 Elite Pro What the dropping. Unfortunately, I'm just expecting these to be personals too because of that really high retail. Then on May 23rd for $230, we got the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Psychic Blue dropping. These are also going to be personals only. Then a sneaker that all of us have been waiting so long for. I'm so excited that these are coming back. On May 24th, you guys already know what it is, for $225, Jordan 4 White Cement is finally coming back for the first time since 2016. This shoe is obviously a big deal. It's definitely one of the favorite Jordan 4s. It's an absolute classic, easy to rock, very nice colorway. So many great things to say about this, and when it comes to profitability, I am expecting them to be profitable despite the elevated retail, although I wouldn't expect a crazy margin because the stock is going to be relatively high on these. Although Jordan Brand has been slashing a lot of stock, it's still going to be relatively high on these. I'll know the exact stock numbers soon, and we'll of course post that inside of Endurance too, which you could join in the link in the description. And also remember, we're going to be posting early info for all kinds of shock drops that we're going to be seeing all month long inside of Endurance. And let me just say, buckle up, okay? So again, you could join Endurance with the link in the description below, and I'd highly encourage you guys to get into Pokemon reselling too, because people have been making absurd amounts of money in Pokemon. I even started posting some videos for Pokemon on my other channel if you want to check that out. There's just so much opportunity there. This f***ing truck, bro. I'm f***ing recording a video. Loud as f***. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Before I was rudely interrupted by that truck, again, just saying there's a lot of opportunity in Pokemon and much more than just Pokemon reselling too. We resell all kinds of things, and we don't just do that. If you want to get into stock investing too while the market's down right now and there's a lot of fear in the market, it's a good time to start averaging in. If you're just looking for a profitable side hustle in general, I'd really encourage you to check it out. There's a free group on that same link below too, so at least check that out. Link's in the description. Anyway, next up on May 29th for $110, we got the Nike A1 dropping. This is one that I'm really not sure of this far out because the other A1 is obviously doing very well. So based off how that release goes, I'll be able to gauge this one a little bit better. As of now though, I'm just gonna say, keep note of this one. Don't just discard it, okay? Then on May 30th, we got the Jordan 3 Rare Air dropping. Unfortunately, I'm just expecting these to be personals. Also on May 30th for $150, we got the Air Diamond Turf Ravens. Unfortunately, this is another one being so far out. I'm not 100% right now. I wouldn't discard of it just yet though. Keep these in mind and I'll keep you guys updated. And then on May 31st, we got the Jordan 1 Ruby and women's size dropping. Unfortunately, I'd expect these to just be personals only. But if you're looking for a really loud shoe, maybe these are for you. I can't believe I almost just forgot these. The Kobe 6 Dodgers are dropping. They're having their full drop. They already dropped it undefeated, but now the full drop is going to be on May 30th for $190. I'd expect these to be very profitable with a good to great margin. Bigger size being the best, but all of them are definitely going to be good. Don't sleep, great release. Now, we have some shoes that don't have release dates as of yet, but we cannot forget about these because they're all a big deal. Dropping in May sometime, I don't have the exact date yet. We have the SB Dunk Low Supreme collaboration dropping in 5 different colorways this year. We have a white colorway, a black, a blue, a purple, and a yellow. And I'm not 100% from my own sources, like what the stock is, but the rumored stock was gonna be about 30K for the black pair, about 30K for the white pair, and then the blue pair should have been around 15K, the purple pair around 10K, and the yellow pair around 5K. Now that's rumored stock. This was rumored a very long time ago. I won't know the stock on my end until they load up on Nike. All the stock numbers will be posted in Endurance. We'll talk about that more, don't worry. But those were the rumored numbers a long time ago. And if they happen to be true, I would expect the profitability for all these to be proportional to that, meaning the white and the black gray pair should probably be the least profitable. They'll be the easiest to get, even though they're very universal colorways. Following that, then the blue pair, then the purple pair, then the yellow pair. But that's all assuming if those rumors are true. I'm not sure if they're true as of now. What I will say though is I am expecting all of these to be profitable with a decent to good margin, especially in size 11 and above. So it's definitely a very big release to look forward to. You know, it's gonna be a big cookout. That actually is going to finally wrap it up for today. Again, for early info on all kinds of shock drops and a lot more beyond just sneaker reselling too. Highly suggest you get into Pokemon reselling. Check out Endurance with the link in the description below. Other than that, have a fantastic rest of your day.